Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of The Dice That Binds Us, a weekly D&D episode where we get together and play D&D. Please leave a like, a subscribe, please comment. We have an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, a Discord. And I think I'm forgetting something, but anything that we got, we'll put down there in the description below. And we'll throw it over to Alex, our wonderful DM, for a recap of last week.
Yeah, man, last week was a long one, and a lot of stuff happened. It's not even like the bit, like just like a lot of stuff happened. We had conversations. We had game plans made. We had some in-party tension. We had some out-party tension. We
Coda threatened to murder my brother.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
And me. Yeah, the Zach brought up an important detail.
Yeah, that happened too. The ultimate ending of this, however, was that the party called together a council meeting to take place in 2 days to discuss a game plan of how to save the world and how to find these deitic sparks that they need to power up their own forces to be able to go and fight against Xerxes. That council included many, many familiar names, some names that all of us forgot about aside from the few note keepers and the people that like to pulled names out that I've never even heard of before.
So definitely didn't make them.
Yeah. And that meeting is in 2 days. Now, that meeting is happening in 2 days because one, Ileana planted a bunch of beans, all in hopes of growing a pyramid out of nothing.
And then tried to cold feet the pyramid.
Which is understandable because we had just had the conversation about, we need to get the story moving and we need to do these things. But after some reassurances, you all and one Thestios have decided to go pyramiding. Upon entering the pyramid, you found yourselves in a neon lit, velvet carpeted floored entrance to an arcade. An amusement place, maybe, but you were greeted from behind a counter that was directly in front of you as you entered by an automaton of some kind, a warforged maybe, but smaller, a lot less like fluid in its movements. And as it turned around to greet you, it looked and said, "Hello and welcome to Happy Town." And that is where we left off. So, my friends, the entrance to Happy Town, the world is yours.
Eldritch Blast.
Roll it. Roll me that good Eldritch Blast.
Fucking 21. For y'all, Zach is rolling in the D&D Beyond character tracker, so he can roll it from his phone, I guess.
I sprint across
21,
whatever
24,
distance
26.
there is to this automaton. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to if I can jump over the counter, I'm going to get on top of the counter to look at this thing going,
I have 4 now.
Oi.
And a crit.
So much for half cover or full cover with Argus's torso.
Okay.
Jesus.
That amount of damage, I'm not even going to make you roll. Argus, as you fling yourself forwards, you watch 4 bolts of arcane energy come coursing around you and then smash into this automaton, sending pieces and parts flying, sparks scattering across the ground as the automaton starts dying out, going, "Welcome to Happy Joe."
That was really good,
nice.
Alex.
Thanks. Damn it. How am I supposed to see how it works if it's not working?
Didn't we just have a conversation about asking questions before we shoot?
What's a robot?
It was
Yes,
a
and I
robot.
wanted to see it
What
work.
does that have anything to do with?
I'm going to
It's a
start
robot
picking up pieces
in a
and
giant
putting them in
pyramid
bags.
that came out of a beam and it deflected Garagak
I'm gonna pull an Ileana
at
and
full
just start
speed
putting pieces in
with
bags.
a ram.
The pyramid did, not the robot.
It's inside the pyramid. How did I supposed to know it was going to also deflect
It's
non-dominating?
hello. It just said hi.
A few
Literally
moments
welcomed
pass.
I mean, it's not powerful.
A few moments pass,
Oh.
and you see, you hear the sound of like motors whirring and gears grinding, and like the sound of a roller track as a section of the wall on one side of this entryway opens up, and as you kind of glance down, you see a small track in the ground where another one of these automatons comes rolling out and shifts to the spot where the last one was behind the counter, looks at you, goes, "Hello, and welcome to Happy Town."
As the door or the wall opens and whatnot, I'm going to be looking back behind it to see if there's like a wall of automatons.
Yeah, you see endless rows, like as far as your eye can see, of just this same exact automaton. For a better description, it is about like waistline up of a humanoid figure, wearing what looks like an 80s bowling alley like league shirt, like the pinstripes on the sides, the polos, but it's like a bright like neon pink, very glowy, very very bright, and it has a name badge on the shirt that says Happy.
Is the shirt actually part of them, or is it?
Nope, it is a shirt.
Then I lift up the shirt.
Was the other one wearing a shirt?
The other one was wearing a shirt as well. I didn't describe the automaton in great detail last time.
Because it got murdered immediately.
You lift up the shirt and it is just like a carapace, like a single sheet of plate. Like,
That's rude.
sounds hollow.
Do I see any tools like fasteners, screws, or anything?
Oddly enough, you don't. You do notice that like there are very few are actually like articulating joints. The arms move and the head kind of turns, but even like on the mouth, there's no like jaw. It's not like an articulating like a Warforged would be, where it has like the personality, like the humanoid face that can like show those emotions. It's just like a bar across its face that is, there's like slight little gaps in. Not even that. It just lights up as it speaks.
Okay.
Similar like pink light that comes out of it.
I'm busy investigating this thing and watching the track, and until the door closes, and even while it's closing, I'm like going down on the ground trying to look inside the entire time.
This is like a foyer, correct? So is there like a hallway leading back? Does it open into like a casino or arcade, like large room, or?
Not as you can see, no. There is just this counter. There is one of those like raise and lower, like just like countertop pieces that you'd see at like a restaurant, going back like behind the counter and going back through. That does have like turnstiles in it, like underneath that countertop. But you don't see any doors behind that as of now. You just see this one automaton waiting to talk.
So the door that opened, was that like a wall panel that slid up? Okay.
Yeah.
Happy, we're here to see the Mummy Lord and play your games.
Hi, welcome to Happy Town.
Thank you.
Just kind of pat down. Do I feel like any miscellaneous extra coin that I might have?
You have, you guys have some currency for sure.
I just like, it was kind of the brief pocket check of, is there like a weird token that I've not thought I had before that appeared as I walked in? Or
everybody can hit me with an investigation check real quick. Zach, I'm not going to flip between these screens, so just tell me what you get on your rolls.
25.
That's fitting. I'm preoccupied.
29.
Jesus.
I have a plus 10 to investigation.
Solid.
I'm just a guy.
I am just a guy.
All of you guys look through.
Borrowing this power. I'm going to contract.
And you do actually, all of you, well, except for Argus, find what looks to be a plastic card of some kind that says Happy Town, entrance pass, good 1 day only.
Well, that's convenient, considering we have 2 days.
SDS, do you also have one of these little paintings in your pocket?
Sure do.
Well, who wants to go to Happy Town?
I doubt my happy town inside this pyramid. Oh,
You're so tragic. Is there like even a door out?
No.
Are we like?
No, there's not.
It appears we have no choice, so you're going to have to find some sort of fun and happiness in there.
Or I could just go to town.
What is
Welcome to
Going
Happy
Town.
Town.
We're in Happy Town.
I'm
Not
going to
the
kill it.
little man.
I'm going to blast it.
Please don't.
Blast another one. It explodes as Argus again is rapping, and
No,
Argus.
I
the
said I
door-
was going to blast it.
Okay.
not? I blast it. Anyway, I started blasting.
Before
Argus
he
asked me
blasts
not to.
it, can I
You
take
asked
it
me not
apart?
to.
You can try. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a tinkering check. Intelligence plus proficiency times 2. Like proficiency times 2 plus intelligence.
Okay. 28.
It's good. You quickly dismantle this thing, and as you pull it apart, you realize the insides. There's no real machinations to it.
Okay.
It's definitely not what you would expect. There's not gears that are working to move the arms and the legs. There is a very, very small version of the arcane core, or an arcane core, similar design to the one that you had put into Dandelion. But that's really all that's inside, and it's just like sitting in like a small harness.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep all the various parts and pieces, and including the arcane core-ish thing.
Yeah, it is. I'll just be like, it is an arcane core. It's just not like
Okay.
made by the same person or anything. It's just a small battery that made this thing run.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Think of all the batteries that are in that other room.
Mm-hmm. As you say that, that same panel opens really quick. Another one slides out to replace the one that was dismantled, and it shuts again. And it just looks to you and goes, "Hello, and welcome to Happy Town. Please present entrance passes to proceed inside. If you don't have an entrance pass, please insert entrance pass to get inside. Welcome to Happy Town.
What's that about if you don't have entrance pass?
Hello."
I just hold up the pass that's in my pocket.
It holds its hand out to you, and as it holds its hand out, you see that it like closes its fist slightly and leaves just a small gap. And you see like a small like red light appears inside of it, just waiting.
I slide it in.
You slide it, and Spence goes, "One entry to Happy Town. Have a happy day." And you see that little countertop raises.
I guess I'm going to Happy Town. I will see you all there.
Just like the captain, boldly charging into danger head first without knowing what's going on.
You know what? Fucking just come on.
Insert the pass.
I hopped the counter.
There's no way going out?
As you go to hop the counter, you poof off a magic barrier, prevents you from going past.
How'd Argus hop the counter to dismantle the robot?
It senses intention.
That was big, don't worry about it energy.
All of you, besides Tumult, I guess, swipe your cards and proceed into. Are you taking this one to get apart?
Living room for a little while. We'll see. in a
This
couple
could be an
hours.
infinite number of arcane core batteries. I am going to take it apart.
So as your friends are starting to like swipe their cards, you're just like
get
taking it apart.
I get a new one for each of my friends.
Okay, we'll say that you can have 6 of the little arcane cores. All of you,
Somehow.
some begrudgingly for their own reasons, swipe cards and gain access to Happy Town. Unless Tumult, you are going to stay in this foyer area. No, okay, cool.
I don't know if I have one. I haven't found one.
I assume the party would have told you to check for a card.
I was pretty infatuated with these automatons, so you know.
I'm not going to leave you.
Okay. I was
I feel
just
like
going
at
to
this
take one
point-
apart and try to walk through the door with you.
Yeah, just watching this eventually just pick up Argus, take out thing from his pocket, scan it,
Yeah.
and like drag him along as he's like holding on to this robot.
No, I need to know.
He's like,
you
come
all
on.
proceed forwards, and as you all have scanned your cards, a door appears You see it kind of unfolds itself from the wall. You see the seams kind of form and it sinks back slightly, separates slightly, and then swings these double doors open on these actuators that shift it and push it open. And as you enter this entire massive room, like arguably rivaling the size of the museum.
Do the doors make a sound?
They don't. Surprisingly.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
Oh man, I do my best. But this room that you enter is massive, right? There's no way that this was inside of this pyramid that you had entered. All around you, bright lights flashing, sounds of arcade machines just flat out, just dinging, ringing, like bright lights everywhere. Loud music playing in the background. You're in an arcade.
What is the first and most immediate game that I see?
You see that the first game you see is Whack-A-Lay. And it is this massive hole in the ground, or like platform on the ground with large holes in it. As you walk up, you see each one of the machines has a little scanner for your day pass cards. You swipe it and you see out of the top of this like wall of the machine that has just like one little plaque that talks about like you can tell like its numbers rotate. It's like the little score tracker on the top. But out of the top of that, another like a head of one of these automatons pokes out and goes, "Welcome to Whack-A-Lay. Your objective? Whack the belay." And you see out of the ground next to you, a small platform appears, or a small hole appears on a small pedestal, rises out of it with a mallet.
Just one mallet.
One mallet. And this ground is maybe like a 10-foot radius sphere or like circle on the ground. As you grab it, you hear this and like music starts playing, and you see out of the ground little animatronic belay heads just like.
I'm going to smack it with the mallet, of course, but I also want to try smacking one with my hand just to see if it takes.
So you smack it with the mallet. The next one that pops up, you smack with your hand, and it doesn't register. There is something about the mallet that seems to register the points.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me your choice of an acrobatics or athletics check.
I'll take athletics and crit fail.
You don't do too good.
8.
You don't do too good. You came in ready to hack the system. Once you realized you couldn't, it kind of sent your brain.
Yeah,
short-circuited the brain for a minute. You're like, and hitting. And there are games like this scattered throughout.
Is there like a machine that it's like check your points sort of thing?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation or perception check. All of you, if you would like to assist, may also roll these checks. Or if you'd just like to see if there's anything that like specifically stands out or anything like that.
Perception.
Yeah, I'd love to see if there's anything that piques my interest specifically, but I'm also interested to know about points.
Sure.
So that's a 19.
25.
I would like to, before I roll my investigation perception, I would like to do something. I'm going to cast Aid. I'm going to pop Aid with my 8th level spell slot.
How long does that last?
Huh?
How long does that last?
8 hours.
Wow.
There you go.
And it's not a concentration spell.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So Tapartos gets an extra 35. Garagak gets an extra 35. And Ileana gets an extra 35. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that, and then I'll roll my perception. I am not rolling well today, guys.
So I'm going to go bottom to top. Everything I say before your number is something that you perceive. Argus, bottom of 13, you're playing this game. You realize that there is... you go to walk away from the game. You forget you have this mallet. You're frustrated. It didn't go super well. As you walk away, the mallet almost disintegrates in your hand as you walk off that circle. But you see it disintegrates into these particles, these very small, minute things that rotate, float back, and float into that hole where that pedestal came from that held the mallet. and then it seals itself back shut. The 16s, Ileana and Garagak, you guys notice there are kind of 4 large, like named areas around this center arcade room. They're written. What languages do you guys or Tupartos and Rhyme speak? Let me put it this way: do any of you speak Celestial?
No.
That means we can point it out to Argus and go, "What's that?"
Sylvan, not Celestial.
So you guys see, if you point it out to Argus, Argus can read them out to you. Morty's Menagerie. You see Zanny's Scholarium. You see Tasha's Trickeries. And you see Leo's super mega awesome fun zone. And all of these are like large, like labeled on the walls of kind of the four walls around you of this massive open area.
Hey, Brains, I vaguely remember something my sister mentioned. Are those casters?
You know, like
I don't know anything about
casters in all of Magic history. Yes.
Oh.
Those would for sure resemble the names of some of the most prolific wizards
Tasha,
in all of
Leoman.
the Forgotten Realms.
Are there other signs that aren't written in Celestial?
There are, but most of them are like the game labels. Like all the game labels are written in common.
Okay.
But there's not really any sort of like this is all of the things you're seeing are from this entryway to this massive ass room. So you don't know what's further in or what you could find further in, but from this perspective, there's nothing.
Okay. I just think it's interesting that a lot of the signs are written in Celestial.
Yeah, and the fact that all the Celestial is big wizards and casters.
The 19, Tupartos the third, you spot off along one of the walls. You spot this in truth because you are so much taller than the rest of your party. Over one of the machines, you see some arrows pointing down that just says prizes written in common on the wall. Rhyme. You see tucked along one of the walls, kind of off in the distance, and you see a few more scattered throughout the pools of games. You see these small booths of some kind, I think is the best way to put it. These small machines that you can see on them. They don't have like names of games or there's nothing like big or elaborate, but they do have scanners for the cards.
Do we want to know what we're playing for before we actually go through and play?
Probably. Yes.
I mean, you're welcome to keep going.
Over here.
There's also like a point counter. I don't know. My main thing, I never came up with a good Argus. You don't have a good nickname yet. I'll figure one out. I don't want you to have your card run out and then have something hunt you if it goes poorly.
Sorry, what?
It's just the place is creepy. It's a pyramid. It's supposed to be a dungeon adventure, and we're in the.
Well, if it's more, if whatever comes out to hunt looks like the guys in the front, I'm not saying they're going to be any easier, but I could certainly use more parts.
You know, you'd have to survive it first.
Fun.
Sounds like a interesting challenge.
Tupartos, dear, I don't think anything is just plain good fun anymore.
Oh no, I know it's not plain good fun, but I think that it is well-earned fun and likely fun regardless of individual danger that we are almost positively facing. Till I am inclined to believe otherwise, I plan on having a good time here.
But if you pointed out the machines that aren't
Yeah,
games,
it's like those look like they can scan your little paintings.
Like there's
Tupartos said there's prizes in the
Prizes.
back. There's types of games. Depends what we want to do.
Throughout all of this conversation, you have heard Thunk, damn, thunk, damn, thunk, damn, thunk, damn, thunk, damn. Da-da-ding.
Oh,
Thunk, damn, thunk, damn,
Destios.
thunk, damn. Destios has now played Whack-A-Lay easily 3 or 4 times.
How are you doing, Zethios?
You guys look over, and the score tracker just reads 999. He goes, I think I'm good. Whack, whack, damn, whack, damn.
Sounds like good.
I'm going to go scan my thing in the weird booth. Just go over to one of the things.
Be here. Whack,
I
damn,
am going to
whack,
check
damn.
out the prices.
Don't break them. You don't know what security's like here.
Okay, so
the robot Argus will be happy.
we have people going in separate directions here. So we have Rhyme going towards one of these like small machines. Tapartos going towards the prizes. The rest of you, where would you like to go? Who would you like to like stick with? Those kinds of things.
I'm going to stick with Destios for the moment.
Eldritch Blast. Had a random game down yonder.
Yeah, I'll go to a random game.
You're just gonna go to a random game.
Yeah, there's some game near me.
Okay. So, are you Eldritch blasting one of the game? Tumble. Go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast. Resolve that in a minute. Argus is staying with Thestios. Ileana, what would you like to do?
I'll go with Tapotos to see what the prize is.
Go, Ellie.
Okay.
Tell me if it's something good.
We'll meet back up here, okay?
Rhyme. You spoke up first, so we'll start here. You get up to this small machine, and there is like a screen, and you see a smaller label on it. You couldn't really read it from where you were. That is written in common again. That says remaining balance.
I knew it. These always have a cost. I would like scan mine.
It says 5.
Thestios, hold off! Just turning.
Okay. There's whack them. Oh.
Finish your game, but don't scan another one.
Whack them. So you scan that. Easier ones in the way. Tumult, how much did you roll for your Eldritch Blasts?
20,
Tell me the
36, 27, 27.
Okay, yeah. So your Eldritch Blast go and they hit into one of these machines. It completely shatters apart. And as it does, it, similar to what happened to the mallet that Argus was holding, it breaks apart into these small, like fractal, extremely minute pieces. And then they come back together and reform the booth. Tapartos and Ileana, y'all go to the prize section. You look in the prizes and you see a plethora of things. You see magic items. You see weapons and armor, and you see small little knickknacks. You see potions that sit to the side. You see a bunch of like the little prank items in this front, like smaller cabinet, like the wand of smile. Like there's a bunch of wands of smiles and like shit like that, like little arbitrary items in the front. And then you look in the back and you see just a smattering of all sorts of extremely high quality looking magic items.
So the wand of smiles is the bouncy ball or the spider ring in this scenario.
Correct. Yes. And you see there are underneath it, each one where it would have like the like 10 tickets or like 20 tickets or whatever. You see all of the smaller ones at the bottom, 1S. The S written out is the S symbol, like just the letter S, but there are hash marks through it, almost like a dollar sign. But then there are almost like lightning bolt tracings through the center of those two lines that come through and the dollar sign. Actually, both of you sitting there looking, Go ahead and give me your choice of one of the knowledge rolls. Arcana, religion, history, nature.
24.
What did you roll, Spartus?
Religion.
20 Arcana. Okay. To each of you, one item kind of stands out in particular, or something you've like heard about, but in fairy tales, old legends. Ileana, when you look in here, you see a staff on the wall. Pitch black in design. It looks like it is formed out of some sort of like blackened wood. But instead of it just being charred on the outside, like it was the fire, it's like as if the entire thing was burned but took no damage while it happened. So it is just a pitch like coal black wood that has these like thin silvery veins running through the wood itself. You would recognize this as a staff that belonged once a long time ago to someone that went down in legend as being one of the greatest thieves of the Forgotten Realms, Vajra Safar.
These were attributed to that person?
This staff, like...
it was stolen by that person.
They used it to commit some of the greatest crimes of their generation. To Partos, the item you recognize is, we'll say, different than that, to put it the best way possible.
Okay.
The item you recognize is one that comes not from dreams or from fantasies, but one that is almost always correlated with not just nightmares, but the deepest of nightmares. One that, whenever it is seen, is said to cause... Well, nobody can really tell stories about it, because anyone who's ever interacted with it dies. You see, sitting on a small display shelf, an eye, but it appears to be a living eye. The eyeball itself scanning, taking in its surroundings. The pupil and the iris flashing between crimson red and pitch black. You're looking at the eye of Vecna. Vecna, the Archlich.
The most evil deities to walk the night realms.
Correct. One of very few mortals to ever fully grow to full deitic power.
Tickets for that?
How many tickets for that?
Yeah.
4,000.
Makes sense.
No, the hand is not there. Just
Okay.
the eye.
Okay.
There are other items, but based on what you're seeing, the items back here are something else.
Yeah.
These put pretty much every item you have as a party to shame. I will clarify, it's not all bad and evil things. There are some that glow, the bright whites and golds and all those things. There are good stuff too, but there is some hefty magic here. Garrigat, you went off to play a game. A random game. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
16.
You walk up to a machine, and in front of you is a platform. At first, it sort of resembles the Whack-A-Lay game that Thestios and Argus have played. Platform on the ground, this one's a lot smaller, probably about 10 feet diameter. And you see there are pathways along it, sort of etched into the ground, with small buttons that pop up out of the ground on each of those spaces. And as you walk up to it, the screen of this game lights up, this backdrop, and you see a terrifying visage at first, as you see the Spider Queen herself, Loth. And next to the pad on the ground there's a small scanner, red light glowing.
I'll swipe it.
All right. This is happening.
Who knew your fucking one shot was game prep for the main campaign?
That's crazy. As you swipe it, automaton head pops out of the top of the backdrop again and goes, "Hello and welcome to Loth's Demise. Your objective, squash Loth's tiny baby spiders so that her brood may not continue." As you step up, you see the buttons on the ground start to light up. Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics or an athletics check.
29.
29. That's pretty good. You do incredibly well. You see your total score comes out to roll me 2 D100s.
Okay. Yeah.
You do super well. You get 39 S marks.
Is there like a thing on the machine that I can see that's like shows what its payout is?
Not in the sense of like X score equals X number of things, but it does show you when after, like underneath your score total, you see that it you feel something on your card itself change. As you glance down, it says 39. I'm not keeping track of y'all's points or in-game currencies, so that's on y'all.
So we can assume that if we haven't spent or done anything, we all have 5.
Oh, those I am very much keeping track of. I'm talking about the tickets that you earn.
So they are different currencies.
They are different currencies.
Yeah, it's basically we have 5, from what I can tell, 5 uses, and however many points we get out of those uses. I'm just afraid what happens when we hit 0.
Cool. Yes, that is real and
Hey,
logical.
Thastios,
What?
go to the little booth and scan your card.
Okay. Just like
Specific.
waddles over to you guys.
And I'm going to follow him.
Okay. We'll say at this point, all of you kind of reconvene, share the information you've gathered.
There's some big prizes to be won.
And as Thestios swipes his card on the remaining balance machine, you see it says 1.
Stopped you at the right time then.
He goes, "Oh, I get to play one more time." And he turns and like starts to
Not
go
yet,
back
not
to
yet.
Stop.
Oh.
What's the other side say?
Oh, you look at his points total. It says
Total of 506.
That's what it says.
506.
Is there a button on the screen that says refill?
There's not.
So we have the 5. That's all we get. Prizes denote, how many of the points I'm assuming we get. But what happens when we hit 0, and why is there just a game room where they give away prizes? There's got to be a catch, right? Every good set of loot has a catch.
Nice. Don't know what and we do not know why.
I'm gonna go find out.
I'm going to scan mine. I know I have 4 left,
It does say 4. Yeah.
but how many tickets do I have? Like 2?
Roll a d20.
I was figuring it gave me the pity 2.
You rolled really poorly on your check.
Rolled a 20.
You get 20 points. You have 20 points. Look at you.
Oh, yeah. That's better than we thought.
I am going to look for a shooting gallery.
Okay. All right, so you want to look for like a shooting gallery type thing.
Memory game.
Tumult's looking for a memory game. Okay. All right.
Well, I want to look for that like punching bag thing.
Okay. All right. For sure.
Good
I'm
call.
going to sheepishly search for something to do with drinking.
Yeah, because your
Arthos.
con's real high now.
To Partos.
Yes.
Directly in
dragon
the
con?
center of this room. You see a large arena-esque basin with cups set up on either side.
The return.
was pretty good at Dragon
Martos
Cup.
also, if you wrote it down on his character sheet, has a permanent bonus to Dragon Cup.
That's true.
checks.
You
I do.
because you are a Dragon Cup champion.
Uh,
I just meant like skill table wise.
yeah. Ryan, what kind of game are you looking for?
Well,
You don't have to
probably-
look for a game either. Like you can go and like look for other things if you like.
Yeah, I would kind of probably keep an eye on most people and see kind of what happens as stuff ticks down, kind of keep an eye on the rooms, but also just kind of perusing for like movement-based games. I'm very lithe, so just, you know, if
Okay.
you're
Might want to keep an eye on
Bestius.
Or Thestios, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Thestios to follow me, and I'm going to use myself. I'm going to tell him I'm going to use myself as bait. I'm going to use all 5, and I want you to watch my back to make sure nothing like tries to stab me in the back right away when I hit 0. I don't want to use you. I'd rather me.
Okay. Okay. And he just like follows you around.
Cool.
Ileana.
I would like to also follow people around.
Okay. Anyone in
like to-
specific?
I'd like to recommend that we all stay as a group, and Tapotos and I cast guidance and or bless constantly just to make sure everyone has the best odds.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. So kind of everybody can go find their games, but everybody kind of follows around as a group. Okay.
Yes.
For sure. How does everybody else feel about that?
I'm fine with it.
I agree.
Yeah, I was planning on keeping an eye out anyway, so
I want an audience when I play this game.
Yes.
I might want someone to carry me away.
I got you.
Thank you.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop this out here. I would like everyone to roll initiative. Thestios is on back watching duty, so he's not going to partake. So, Ryan, first game y'all come across as you're starting to slowly like meander around looking for games you all would like to play. You see one singular pad on the ground, 8 directional arrows pointing out with a center that has 2 feet directly in the center of it, one of which is red, one of which is blue. As you approach this game, the screen lights up and you see the most stereotypically dressed bardic figure standing in front of you. Billowing cloak, all inlaid with gems and gold. The entire outfit is covered in just like bedazzled jewels. Okay. And as you walk up, he looks, starts tapping his feet, and his hips start swaying slightly. The little automaton. Oh, sorry. Would you like to swipe your card first? That does happen before the automaton.
do we want to like earn points here? This might be one I'm actually fine at. Do we even want to do this?
Yeah, you got this.
Let's do it.
Okay, well, let's try and tap or swipe or whatever it needs me to do.
You swipe the card, and as you do, the head of the automaton pops up and goes, "Hello, welcome to the Bardoff. Your objective: follow the directional arrows that appear on the screen and outdance your opponent."
This was my entire childhood.
And you hear this like timer just like dude, 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 and then like the music starts playing. It's rapid. The bard on the screen is dancing around crazily. Go ahead and roll me your choice of acrobatics or performance.
Okay. Where is it? I'm going to use elegant maneuver and get advantage on my acrobatics.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Unless folks were giving me anything. I probably don't need it as much, but I know you were talking about it.
Illy, did you bless yet?
I didn't bless. I'll throw guidance if you're going to do bless
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah, I'll do bless.
Okay.
Okay. I'll do a first level bless on, we'll say, rhyme.
I will tell you the
Yeah.
initiative order if you would like.
Yes, please.
Okay, the first three would be Rhyme, Ileana, and Arcus.
Okay, Ryan, Alien Arcus. I'll do that.
Perfect.
Doesn't guidance just give me advantage, which I already had?
A D4.
Oh, it gives me a D4. Okay.
And I will say, depending on what you roll, could shift you into a new bracket.
Oh, it's a 1. I had
Damn.
a 34. A 35.
34 is so good. I'm going to need you to roll me 3 D100s in a row, please.
I did them together.
That works. 157 points. Mark it on your tally. You got a 1 on a D100. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's dumb. But I also got a 99.
You did.
That's the whole range right
Yeah,
there.
full
Yeah,
spectrum.
that's crazy.
99, 57, 1.
So go ahead and mark down your 157 points. Ileana, next. What, if you are looking for a game of some kind, what would you be looking for?
Hydro Thunder.
All right. So you, as you're walking around, you kind of skirt up to one of the walls in this arcade room, and you see that there, unlike the real world where there would be like the little like standardized like motorcycle jet ski like body to sit on, there is basically small setups of a ship, like a one-person ocean vessel set up. So there's like the steering wheel. There is the not rotor. Is it a rotor? The thing you push
Rudder.
to turn rudder. There you go.
You're close.
There's a rudder, and then there's like a sail control for like open and closed. All like kind of attached onto this setup here. As you walk up, you see that the screen lights up and there is open ocean in front of you with a small ring out in the distance. There's a scanner.
I'll try it. I'll try it at least once.
Okay. Ileana, for a game like this, I'm going to need you to roll me an acrobatics or an intelligence check. It'll be base intelligence. You won't have your proficiency modifier for that. Unless you are, of course, proficient in water vehicles. 25. That is real good. You do end up taking second place in your race. There's just that one AI that like it's just like impossible to beat. You're on your third free race after a while, and finally the game's like, nope, you're done. Sorry, and just puts that one boat you just cannot beat in. Go ahead and roll me 2 D100s. 89 is pretty good. Go ahead and mark down your 89 tickets. Argus, you're looking for a shooting gallery. Also along one of these walls, there is, you called it how it is. There is a set up shooting range. It's like one of those like festival or like fair games with like the BB guns, and you have to like try to like hit the targets and or like knock down the ducks or whatever. But as you walk up, there is just a whole ass like repeating crossbow. You see it's got what looks to be 15 bolts loaded on this like cylinder pulley system. You've seen things similar to this, but nothing like handheld and compact like this. But as you walk up, the kind of like backdrop screen lights up, and you see it says "those damn kobolds." The automaton pops up. There's a scanner. Would you like to scan your card?
I am going to, yes.
Perfect.
Does it say for keep on the kobolds?
It does not, no.
Oh.
The automaton head pops up. This one's wearing like a small like rancher straw hat. As it pops out, and it looks at you, goes, "Hello, welcome to those damn kobolds. Your objective: shoot those damn kobolds." And you hear that same time with the boop, boop, boop. So you can either make me a ranged attack roll,
Okay.
or you can make me an athletics check.
Okay. As I hear the beeps, I'm going to use a bonus action and cast upon myself Guardian of Nature. And I'm taking the great tree shape. So y'all might want to step back.
Okay.
So as the great tree shape, I make dexterity and wisdom-based attack rolls with advantage.
Okay.
So I'm going to use ranged attack for a 22.
22 is pretty good. That'd be two D100s.
98 and 8.
Spartos the third. You find yourself and your friends the center of this arcade. A Dragon Cup arena sprawled out in front of you. We are not going to play out the entirety of this game of Dragon Cup, because as we are all well aware, that can take a very long time.
An entire session.
So what you're going to do is you are going to make your choice of either an offensive roll while you're throwing or a defensive roll for when you are being thrown upon.
Differences being
your defensive roll will be a wisdom roll. Your choice of perception or insight. Offensive roll will be dexterity, or will either be athletics or acrobatics.
I think I'm going to go full offense. And in my notes, I have written down +5 Dragon Cup votes. So
You just get an extra +5.
sweet. So that's going to be a +15 to each of these rolls.
Sure.
How many do you want me to make?
1.
All right. Come on. Fuck. 16, 21.
21, that'll be 2D100.
29 and 41.
70 tickets to you, my good sir.
That could have been better. It could have been worse.
Absolutely. Garagak, my dude, you find it's not a punching bag per se, but what you see is a town guard mannequin, like on one of these automatons. And you see, as you kind of approach, the name of the game is Punch the Drunk.
Am I the drunk?
No. You see, as you walk up, it lights up, and the like town guard, just very basic, like just poor armor on this mannequin. You can see that its cheeks are like cushioned and padded with like almost like wrestling mats, almost like it is ready for what's about to happen. Hey, look, he goes, yeah, I thought I'd take you in a fight.
I feel like,
Does Garagak think this is a man threatening him?
There is a scanner for your card.
I will scan my card.
Perfect. A little automaton head pops out of the other automaton's head. And it like lifts up his helmet ever so slightly, just off the top of his head. And looks at you and goes, hello, welcome to Punch the Drunk. I think you understand how this works. And it just like disappears again.
Okay.
So your options, you can make me a melee attack, an unarmed strike roll to be precise, or an athletics check.
I will rage and do an athletics check, I guess.
Do it up. 27. That, my dear friend, is 2D100s and a D20.
So yeah, 51.
Yep. Perfect. Tumult, you're looking for a memory game. As you're walking around, come across an automaton with a table in front of him. On that table, you can see inlaid are 12 rectangles, about playing card sized. As you walk up, the automaton kind of like whirs and comes to life. And you can see the name of this game is Pair Match.
Pair match.
Would you like to swipe your card?
I swipe it 5 times.
So it registers the first one. The game comes to life, and it does not register after because the game is already active. You guys see the automaton pops out from underneath one of the little rectangles, just like lifts it up and out of the way as it pops up and goes, "Hello, welcome to Pair Match. Match pairs." Sinks back into its little hole. For this, you can roll me an investigation check or an insight check.
Going as investigation.
Yeah, okay.
Damn.
30. It was a
Nat
crit.
20.
Nat 20.
Okay. You would have had a D4. It's not going to change anything in your case. That is 3D100.
190.
190 points.
Nice roll.
So at this point, all of you have used 1 point off your card, aside from Argus, who has used 2. If you would like, you can search out other games, or you can repeat this cycle. Hitting
I
those
actually
same
want to
rolls.
play this one.
You want to play this one? Okay, that's fine. For
'cause of
sake
your
of brevity,
insight?
we're going to run through the initiative order. You can tell me what you want to do, and we're going to do however many points you want to do total. And we'll just run them all for one person so that everybody gets their totals. I'm going to skip some of the flavor stuff for this one just to make sure it goes quickly. But that's how we're going to run it. Make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. Rhyme, you're first.
My logic would be I'd try to run out my points on this.
Okay, so go ahead and roll
Follow
me
you.
4. Go ahead and roll me 3 more. You have 4 points, but Argus, as you pointed out, will run
Yeah.
out before that.
Since it's a bonus action, I'm going to use elegant maneuver every time.
Sure.
30.
Perfect. Second one, 29. Okay.
Yep.
So roll me a grand total of 8 D100 and 2 D20.
523.
There you go. Add 523 points to your totals. Eliana.
Is there a laser tag game?
Sure, you can play laser tag.
Cool. Can I also cast seeming on myself to make myself look a foot taller and slightly like make it look like the vest, like where you have to shoot is like
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool.
For sure. All right. So for laser tag, I will have you roll a ranged attack roll, a dex-based ranged attack roll, not a spell attack roll. Or you can play the longer game and roll an acrobatics check to see how well you can shift. Whatever roll you make will be at advantage because of your seeming and throwing the game off.
I don't have a ranged attack weapon, so I'm just going to roll the acrobatics just so it's easier.
Go ahead and roll me 3 of those. Unless you want to change it up every time. That's fine too.
I think I will change it up and actually play the investigation one after this one, just for fun,
Perfect. So an acrobatics check and then 2 investigation checks.
So there's the acrobatics 10,
Okay.
28 and 18.
Go ahead and roll me a D4 for the second 2. Okay. So go ahead and roll me a total of 5 D100. 385 more points.
I think I'm next on the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
You are. So go ahead and roll me 2 more of whatever checks or whatever games you want to play. You want to play the perception one?
I want to do perception one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to go to the spider stomp game. So I'm going to do the perception first.
Sure.
26.
Now roll the D4.
4, so 30.
Roll me 3D100.
170.
Add that to your total. What are you trying to do on this spider game? Because I'm assuming it's wild shape into a large spider of some kind.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a +10
Okay.
on top of whatever you roll on an acrobatics.
Because you stomp extra good with extra leg.
Because you have extra feet to stomp with.
So I'll use athletics. Was that one of the options?
Yeah, that or acrobatics.
Okay. Athletics. 26, 36,
Roll a D4.
39.
Yeah, fuck it. It's fun. Roll me 5 D100.
It's basically there. It was clever.
I think that's as close as we're going to get. There you go. Add that to your total. That takes us to Tapartos. Tapartos the third. You get 3 rolls on whatever games you want to play that you've seen so far. Or I can come up with a new one on the spot. That's fine too.
Honestly, I think I just want to keep cranking it at Dragon Cup.
Great. Roll me 3 more. Do you want to change to defense or you want to stick on offense?
No, I want to keep it offense.
All right. So go ahead and roll me 3 of those athletics checks or whatever you're
That's
rolling.
15. That's going to be a 28. So 35, 28, and 28.
So go ahead and roll me a D4 for all 3 of those.
A 1, a 3, 2.
Go ahead and roll me that beautiful 9D100.
1789. Wow, bad.
436. Those are rough rolls. Garagak,
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
I'll do the punching guy one more
yeah.
time, and then
Okay.
is there like a slam the hammer?
I was literally
like
going to
the bell.
suggest that.
Yeah, okay,
Hammer
yeah.
bell.
100%. 100%. You can do a
Cool.
hammer
All right.
bell. So go ahead and do punch the drunk first, and then we'll cover the rolls for hammer bell. So
Yeah, 30.
yeah, 30. Dude, that's we'll have you roll the D100s at the end. For this hammer bell, you make me a melee attack or an athletics check.
What was that? 25. 30.
Perfect. So go ahead and roll me 8 D100 and 2 D20s.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 504. Add 509 points to whatever your previous total was. Double.
Yeah, I'll just do the same game.
Okay, so you just roll in the investigations.
Yeah, because the only thing that's better is deception and persuasion, and I don't think
Those are
there's
hard
gonna
to
be a
find.
game for those.
Arcades for?
You mean identify the trespasser?
Yes.
Is there an identify the trespasser?
Yeah, there is now. I said the words, so might as well.
I'm going to that one.
All right. You get over there and you see a panel full of wanted posters that happen to fold down. Each of them has a very distinct structure to their face or identifying features. Go ahead and roll persuasion or deception.
They're both plus 14.
Rough.
So 30?
And you're going to do this 4 times, right? Because you were trying to burn out to 0.
So
Oh,
15,
a 1.
Yeah.
30,
Okay.
20.
Rough.
So that is 9 D100s.
Ooh, I got 100. 429.
Or 29 points added to your list.
Now what happens for the 0?
Yeah, we're getting there. So, as you swipe your card, this last point spent, you play your round of the game. And as you finish, the automaton looks at you and goes, good game, good game, good game, good game, good, 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 good. And the lights in the entire area flicker. Off and on, off and on, off and on. Everything dies. The lights, the music, the sounds in the distance of all the other games. It is pitch black in this massive, expansive space. A few moments pass. Doof, 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 doof. Emergency lights start coming on and lining some of the areas. Small patches of light lighting up pathways in between large expanses of darkness.
Can I see into that darkness, or is it even I can't see in that darkness?
None of you can see in this darkness.
No, my dark vision.
My blind sight. So one of the paths looks like it's leading to the prize booth.
The prize booth is still where it was. It's not pathways per se. It is like evenly spaced circles of light from these emergency lights on the pathways.
emergency lights where it doesn't light up the entire place, but actually like just chunks of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in as straight line as possible to the prize table.
Okay.
Hold on. Before you do that, I've got something for this. You thought I was unprepared? I cast daylight.
You cast daylight. The spell takes hold in the areas that are already lit by the emergency lights.
Oh, I hate that.
All right. So what do we
Quickly
do?
to a lit area, let's go. Just kind of start shuffling people towards an emergency lit area.
I will say you are all standing in an emergency lit area.
Oh, then never mind.
Stay here.
Each one of these lit areas is spaced approximately 50 feet apart across the floors of this place. The only other lights you see are 4 large signs that only one of you can read. The 4 signs you read: Morty's Menagerie, Zanny's Scalarium, Tasha's Trickeries, Leo's Super Mega Awesome Fun Zone.
Oh, I hate to say it, but I think we should go to the fun zone. It sounds really like a great time.
I'm walking in as straight line as possible to the prize table.
I have an I think I would like to go with Zach because if the lights are down, then the security's going to be down.
God damn
I'm
it.
following. My monkey's my problem.
So all of you together want to go to the prize booth then?
Yeah.
It's an important question.
No worth splitting up at this point, if we can.
Yes, I want to keep the party together after everything has gone all shooty.
Do we happen on that path? Like, is that punch the drunkard thing somewhere in the path between here and the prize booth?
Would you like it to be?
Something.
Yeah, because I'm just going to waylay that shit like a mailboxing on the way past to the prize booth.
It is on the path. You do waylay it. It explodes into pieces because it was not activated, so it wasn't ready for the hit to register. When you hit it, it explodes into those same kind of disintegrated particles and then reforms itself.
Oh, they still
okay.
rebuild. Interesting.
I need a marching order.
I'm gonna cast light on my hand and then stick it into the darkness before I follow everybody. Does it go out?
It does.
Bring my hand back into the light. Is it still lit or is it out?
It's still lit.
Okay. I'm gonna let everybody know that I'm gonna stay here and start casting my mind link spell. Come back here in 10 minutes. I assume I'm gonna come back this way, so it's just for later on. I don't really need to. Just preparation,
If you guys want to wait 10 minutes, you can also get the mind link cast first and then.
That seems
I'm fine to
reasonable.
I think that's a great
I'd
idea.
like to keep Ileana with us.
Cool. Yeah. Then after this whole cast, I'll follow.
Sure. I still need a marching order.
First,
Second.
I'll go third.
I'll go after.
I would push Illy in front of it and bring up the rear, I guess. I was like, I don't want the wizard squishy. Now, I was in that body. I know what this means. Just kind of scoot you forward a little bit.
And then, real quick, what's everybody's passive perception?
And
Super high.
where'd Thestios go?
Oh yeah,
Really
leave
good
Thestios.
question.
Where Thestios? He said he was watching Tumult's back.
Uh-huh.
Is he in
19.
the emergency light?
Sure isn't.
God damn it.
No.
21.
18.
All right, 21 from Argus, 18 from Tumult, and from Spartos?
19.
19. Heard.
17.
17.
Well,
12. You have your own strengths, buddy. It doesn't have to be perception.
Usually if it's strength, it's not perception.
Campaign
Yeah.
2, not everybody will play a high wisdom character. It's fine. Ileana, what was yours?
29.
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
It's
She's got that
it's
shield.
that shield.
Ileana, you are the only person of your party to hear, faintly, often distances around you, not from one location, but kind of random around you. Slow, large mechanical footsteps of some kind.
I'm gonna let everybody know that I hear this very faint but persistent, low, what sounds like stepping or something. I'll try to, as best I can, like give a direction of where I hear it when I hear it as it's like walking around.
I will keep that in mind. You all start progressing towards the prize booth. Are you moving quickly? Are you moving slowly?
Telepathically, I'd like to ask everybody to stop, and if they'd be willing to wait for another 10 minutes, I think we should be quiet while we move.
Are we inside of a light?
Yeah,
When you
that's
ask
fine.
this?
I would at least wait until we're inside of a light.
Yeah, you guys can be inside of a light for this.
I don't
know
want to wait outside of a light.
I'm going to ritual cast another spell,
Pass from the trace.
Tensor's floating disc, and ask you all to get on it, and then I'll move forward as quietly as I can.
I do not believe Tensor's floating disc will carry your entire party.
Up to 500 pounds, so whoever can.
Just Tepartos is more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tepartos is 10 feet tall wearing plate mail.
I mean, yeah.
Bang for your buck, you're going to get
Chomp.
Argus, Rhyme, and Garagak, maybe?
Oh, my stealth is bad.
Garrick's like 240, I think.
So Argus, Rhyme, and you, maybe.
I was going to say, even with equipment carried, I'm not encumbered, but without
We don't play that shit.
Argus's weight, I carry 100 pounds.
I'm 10 foot tall and full plate. I'll walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a rogue.
Yeah, I would say you could fit Illy, Argus, and Garagak on there and be okay.
It's like my stealth isn't great, but I'm a rogue.
However y'all want to stack it up.
my Flight ability and just leave the ground and say, does that work?
Okay. I will say you can put Tepartos on it if you want.
That'd probably be the
you
best
can put
play.
just
He's got
Tepartos
plate
on
mail.
the disc.
That would be a good play.
Sneaky. That might be the best plan.
Yeah, because I can fly
The
too.
exact opposite
so-
of that.
Okay, we'll go with that plan. We'll say you and Tepartos can ride on your disc and kind of like you can guide it where you want it to go. I know that's not technically how that spell works, but it's fine. The rest of you can fly, make yourselves stealthy however you see fit. Go ahead and give me as you were
I
trying
also
to be
linked to
quiet.
Garagak.
Okay, good to know. I would like all of you to give me stealth checks. Tepartos, you will ignore your disadvantage.
Just get to have a regular ass stealth check.
A regular ass stealth check.
That's so nice. I never get those.
Tumult got an 11.
Hey, I got a 20.
I'm trying to figure out which wild shape would be best for this. And I don't have the stats for it, but I'll just wild shape into a mosquito.
I did approve that, yeah.
I don't have the stats for it anymore, so
That's fine. You wild shape into a mosquito and kind of just land on Tepartos' shoulder. As you guys are progressing down this path, Ileana trying to point out the direction that they're hearing these footsteps, but it's hard. They're over there. They're over there. They're over here.
Like, is there an overlap where they're walking at the same time? Or is it here and then here and then here?
Ileana, roll me an investigation check or a survival check. One of the two.
19 investigation.
19. They're different. Vaguely, but they're different. As you're progressing, Ileana, you're trying to kind of key in on these footsteps. Rhyme. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Of course. Why is it me? I didn't roll the lowest.
You're in the back of the line.
Con save?
Yep.
Rough. Oh, 20.
But it's a good roll.
Oh, I don't like that.
As your group makes it to the next pillar of light, you are one party member short.
My God.
You are no longer with the party.
Ooh.
You are unconscious.
I'm unconscious?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not at 0 hit points. You are unconscious. You all realize this as you get to the next pillar of light.
Where's the rhyme? Hello.
I didn't see them fall off.
Maybe they ran off to get a reason. Keep going.
I don't think they went out for a specific reason.
Tumult would like to proceed forward. The rest of you, are you following suit?
Faster we get the lights back on, the sooner we can find them.
Okay. Party progresses forwards.
Jesus.
Is the marching order changing?
Just get Illy in front on the disc.
Behind Illy. Oh wait, no, I won't start walking. Can I float behind Illy?
Yeah, that's fine.
You just put her in front of you on the disc.
Actually, I got a better idea. I'll just fly over to Illy's shoulder.
Okay. You land on Illy's shoulder.
I know it's an oppressive weight.
Yeah. Terrible.
Quite something that
I want to like nudge Topotus's arm and like hold Topotus's hand while we're going in the darkness.
take her tiny little elven hand in mine.
You progress forwards. Next pillar of light. Everything's fine. Continue. Next pillar of light. Everything's fine. Tumult. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
You don't know it's a fail yet.
It's a 20.
It's a fail.
That is indeed a fail.
I was trying to be
Listen,
optimistic.
once you guys get to level like 17 and higher, the DC is real fucking high for some of this stuff, okay? It's gotta be,
also
otherwise there's no stakes.
God level mummy tower. It's fine.
Garagak, you being the front of the line, walk into the light, but Tumult does not. It is now the four of you.
Like, look back, like, hey, Tumult's gone.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, Tumult's gone. I still got his purple string attached to me, but Tumult's gone.
Well, that's two. Should we go back
Okay.
and grab them?
Are we going to be able to find them in the darkness?
Am I able to notice anything that's happened that might have taken our friends?
What's your past perception?
19.
No.
So I
Would
don't
you
even
like
get a roll.
would you like to actively roll a perception check?
Yes, I would love to do that.
All right, go ahead.
22.
22.
No.
Nothing.
Fuck.
You do tune into the footsteps, but none of them are like particularly close.
I think that's a great idea, trying to maybe perceive something.
Does anybody notice anything?
Ileana, can you guidance me?
Yeah.
Says the little mosquito.
Oh, guidance, the little
Mentally.
mosquito.
17 doesn't get us anything.
17 does not. No.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Everyone that
Sounds
is
good.
remaining can make me your choice of the knowledge checks
Vision it is.
on top of an investigation or a history check from all of you.
There you go.
All right. You guys rolled correctly enough as a group. We'll work this out. Garagak. You're hearing footsteps, but none of you are hearing anything around you. You kind of logic out. If there is something that is getting this close to you, but you're not hearing it, it's probably not touching the ground. It's probably flying or hovering.
Do we specifically hear footsteps?
Off in the distance, you do. Parsing these things together, you realize you hear 3. separate sets of footsteps. Sharing information across you. Garagak, you realize this must be something flying. It's the only logical way that something could be this close to you without being heard, especially because you know Ileana and how good her passive perception is. Ileana and Argus, 18 arcanas. Options running through your mind. Fly spell, easily enough. Silence spell, easy enough, but it's stationary. It's hard to balance those. Argus, 29 survival. You start kind of going back. History is very much so a direct word for word memory of what you've learned or encountered in the past. Survival is an application of knowledge to keep yourself safe. That's my justification for spinning this how I am. You start to parse things together between the four of you sitting having this conversation. 3 sets of footsteps, a 4th something or signs. But you already talked about it. They're all wizards. They're all powerful casters. Fly spells, absolutely valid.
Well, Xanthar doesn't even have to cast a fly spell.
And that right there. Xanathar is a beholder. Something that hovers. But not only is Xanathar a beholder, Xanathar is one of the most intellectual beings ever to grace the Forgotten Realms with their presence. As are most of these individuals. There's a reason that Xanathar, his stamp on history, is recorded knowledges. You understand now. You put these pieces together. You are most likely being hunted in this space by automaton versions of 4 of the most legendary casters that have ever graced the Forgotten Realms. And you're going to have to find a way out. And you're going to have to do that. At this point, sans 2 of your party. This realization dawning on all of you as you have this conversation, that is where you're going to end this week's episode of The Dice That Bind Us. Thank you, folks at home, so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment about what your favorite part of tonight was, which game you thought was the best, like was my best spin on a real world game and adding the D&D vibes to it. Let me know which of the games you thought that your favorite character played the best, or which one you think your other characters should have played. Do you have ideas for other games that I could have put into this arcade? Let me know. I'm here for it. I want to see y'all's creative processes. Take a really good example. Go back to previous episodes and look at Bo's responses to stuff. Dude just live commentaries while he watches, and it's the best thing for me to go back through and read. I love seeing it. Hit us up on all of our socials. Thank you guys for being so understanding about these 2-week release schedule. We are busting through it. We're trying to get ourselves caught up. My brain is working on campaign 2 things, so keep that in mind. But everyone, thank you so much for bearing with us as we've shifted our schedule around. Promise, we just put real life first, and that's what you got to do. So stick with us. We'll be back for you in 2 weeks for another wonderful episode of The Dice That Bind Us. Bye, everybody.
Bye.